Our first objective in FAO, in the new strategic framework, is eliminating hunger. With the kind of objective of that level, which is of a very broad nature, we clearly are not able to do it on our own. We rely, obviously and naturally, on our partners, who are the governments, and very importantly, we will never be able to accomplish this big objective without the very active role and participation of civil society. Civil society represents the voices of those whom we want to address with all of our efforts to reduce hunger, which is the voice of the landless, the voice of the poor, the voice of the women in rural communities, the voice of fisherfolk and forestry dwellers, consumers, and many other constituencies. Without their voices, we simply would not be able to reach our goal of eradicating hunger. FAO is now launching a completely new strategy to work with civil society. This, for us, is an extremely important area of work because we want to have much better involvement with civil society. The new strategy for FAO partnering with civil society has been a process of a very, very long consultation. Throughout the process, we have engaged with conversations at very different levels and with all of our constituents. That includes community-based organization, it includes small producers, it includes landless people, it includes indigenous people, it includes organizations of rural women, and many others.
We welcome the revised strategy on partnerships with civil society, which FAO has initiated, and we look forward to how it's going to be, how the final product will be. But in essence, we continue to challenge FAO for its renewed commitment for a bottom-up approach to make FAO more meaningful at the country level.
The Civil Society Forum brings together a very large number of civil society organizations. So it's much bigger than the coordinating committee that forms the civil society mechanism. The significance of all of that is that it provides an opportunity for us to first understand each other, to look at the issues and the agenda of the CFS, to gather our views, and to deal with this exchange of experiences and to be well prepared to engage with CFS.
The fundamental element of the reform of the CFS is the multi-stakeholder nature of it. The legitimacy of the committee as a global forum for food security and nutrition is the participation of other stakeholders, and I think the civil society is key. The civil society participation in the committee gives the opportunity to the committee to reach out to constituencies that would otherwise not be able to reach. Small farmers, small fishers, poor households, etc., which are represented in the civil society.
The CSOs and the social movements have played in the reform of the CFS has been fundamental to the nature of the reform, even the fact that there was a reform. I think CSOs had a vision, a very strong vision of a multilateral political decision-making body at the international level, and so they supported strongly the reform of the CFS. They shaped that reform by saying that civil society organizations, and especially the organizations that represent small food producers and social movements have a particular role to play in the CFS, because not only on the one hand are they the ones who are suffering most from hunger, but also they are the ones who really have the clearest vision of the solutions towards ending hunger.
Parce que je crois que les gens se sont rendus compte que seuls les gouvernements ne peuvent pas arriver à bout de cette question d'insécurité alimentaire, d'où la nécessité de faire participer un certain nombre d'acteurs. Ça, c'est un premier élément. Le deuxième élément, c'est que le fait de mettre des acteurs sur la même table et qu'on recueille un certain nombre de points de vue permet à la FAO de prendre les bonnes décisions.
I think CFS is an important space where we have been evolving since from the reform process because of the fact that the young people can play a vital role in terms of achieving food security for the globe.
Y en esta oportunidad, dentro del Consejo de Seguridad Alimentaria, estamos en un espacio, ¿verdad?, del mecanismo de la sociedad civil, apoyando o facilitando la participación de pueblos indígenas a nivel global.
I feel that in UN system or any government policy making process at the global level or the national level, normally the government people, they sit together, they discuss, and they do not listen the civil society's voice, the voice from the grassroots, voice from the unheard and unseen people. But this is the best, the kind of the example where other alliances and other UN system can learn that how the civil society can participate and put forward the agenda.
¿Cuál es el interés de la sociedad civil? El estar presente en el debate público ante las autoridades oficiales y definidoras de políticas que a veces las hacen sin la participación de la sociedad civil y, por supuesto, sin la voz de los trabajadores agrícolas. Por eso estamos presentes aquí y ahora en este espacio que es el mecanismo de la sociedad civil, para incidir en la política pública, para definir y proponer acciones en defensa del derecho a la alimentación, el derecho nutricional de los habitantes, pero desde una opinión del trabajador, del pequeño productor familiar, campesino, que está ubicado en la tierra y en el quehacer cotidiano, como hombre, como mujer, como niño y como joven.
I think that civil society played a fundamental role in the endorsement of the voluntary guidelines throughout the negotiations. The civil society was well organized, had very sound positions, had a negotiating stance which was absolutely admirable.
The very first achievement is the voluntary guidelines for the tenure of land, fisheries and forests. So we consider it as an achievement because we participated fully and we gave it all our time and energy to have the document finalized and to have the various key issues that affect small-scale producers tackled in this document.